The first international conference, Professional Open Youth Work in Europe, took place in Vienna from the 14th to the 16th of January 2013. 100 participants from 20 different countries came together to talk about the role of professional open youth work in all matters of European youth policy. Professional Open Youth Work provides various youth-friendly, innovative and long-term solutions for most topics concerning young people within the European Union. The content of the speeches, workshops and discussions was strengthening the position of professional open youth work, making the effects and the necessity of this field of action visible and finding a common approach to quality development.
Good afternoon and welcome in Vienna. Ladies and gentlemen, the range of activities called youth work is a broad one. Open youth work most certainly is a very important cornerstone in this field. But open youth work itself describes only another wide range of activities, services and concepts.
Vienna really has a long tradition in youth work. For example, in the field of professional open youth work especially. About 1,000 employees work for more than 25 associations in open child and youth work in our city of Vienna.
For the Council of Europe, for my division, youth policy, it is clear that youth work and open youth work in particular is an important part of youth policy. And at the moment, together with the European Commission, we're working also on the recognition of youth work. And I'm sure and I hope that this conference will have good results in terms of innovative ways to promote the recognition of youth.
However, we are here for something new. We're here for the first European conference of professional open youth work. You say POYWE, I say POYWE. Now, as an academic, I don't like that term because I still feel like a practitioner, but as an academic, you might expect me to ask, what do we mean by open? What do we mean by youth work? And what do we mean by professional? And you know, we're going to spend some time, I guess, during this conference debating those things.
Explaining what because they don't know. Is it something
both ways? Huh?
Yeah, it both ways. Super research, taking in the learning process.
Either European or more meaningless, but also therefore more
in different countries, and we name it in different ways because very good to observe, which is not very well paid, but it's a very interesting, great job, and we have
when you succeed, you don't really see it, you just see happy.
the thing that we do not do.
So it was a great experience to be here and to meet people working with youth or working for youth work from so different levels of, for example, from universities and volunteers. So this was really inspiring.
To come into contact with people very experienced in this field, because I'm just at the beginning, and I have learned a lot from them. They shared their experience and their knowledge, and this was absolutely great for me.
For me, it was a nice impression to see that although the countries are quite different, the aims and the ideas behind the work are very similar, are very close together.
The exchange, the point of exchange was nice too, to meet other people and to get views in youth work in other European countries. So I'm very satisfied.
One of the highlights is that we've managed to move on from this discussion around what is youth work in the sense of a very introspective look, and I hope that we've managed to move a bit to kind of how do we promote ourselves a bit more. That's some of the strong messages that I hear coming out from the beginning and from today as well.
This conference, well, I've always been a great supporter of professional open youth work. I don't really care what it's called. I think young people need to have space where they can gather, meet their friends, and they need people who can kind of be with them and then intervene and support and give them new experiences, respond to things they're worried about. And I think that's a critical part of learning and development in a complex society, and it complements formal schooling, family background, other leisure time, technological networks, but I think it still remains an important element of that jigsaw. The value of the network in itself, from my perspective looking from the outside, is that it helps people in countries that have no history and long experience of open youth work to think through how you do it well, rather than just opening a club, in countries that have no background in this. So I think professional exchange of understanding of what it's all about is important, though I understand the network is obviously going to be a political lobby for resources and for recognition and identity as well.